Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Always and welcome back to Enigmatica 2 Expert Mode. In the last episode, we were working a little bit with Applied Energistics as well as Thaumcraft. And yeah, we're down here in the caves because we need to do some stuff with Thaumcraft. We need to get to the deepest point of the world. And yeah, I'm down here. Let's go ahead and grab some stuff. But yeah, we need to go to the deepest point of the world and grab some things. Specifically, well, actually, we don't have to grab anything. We just have to come down here for some research. And might as well grab some iron and gold and redstone while I'm down here. And some osmium. Why not? We have an unbreakable pick, so why not? But yeah, so I came down here. We're gonna try to find a place where we can get a little bit lower so that we can spiders and other guys. Okay, I don't really care about the lava. We're just gonna break that. I'll put some torches here. But we need to get down to the bottom of the world in order for the Thaumcraft to recognize that we can, we need to visit the lowest depths of the world for one of our research things. And so I figured I'd bring you guys back in for that. I've done a little bit of work off camera doing some research type things because I can get a little bit tedious, especially because I don't fully understand it. That was a bummer. Oh, there's another lava source there. Alright, let's just do that. But yeah, so hopefully we can get this to recognize what we need it to do. And then we're going to work on Thaumcraft today because I want to. That's pretty much it. The only reason. So I think we just need to get down here to... There we go. We get that little notification. I'm going to touch bedrock because we probably will need that later. And I kind of want to see what it's like down here. Is it flat bedrock? It appears to be. Okay, so let's get out of here and head back up to the surface. So yeah, the plan, like I said, for today is Thaumcraft. Now, between episodes, I did do a little bit of work on some stuff and things, and we'll take a look at that as well. But there is a lot of things we need to kind of work towards that I've been putting off a little bit. We need to get automation set up so that we can get a nice, this is totally the wrong way, so that we can get a nice applied logistics system going so that we can get plenty of goodies. It's right here. And all that kind of stuff. But I kind of just want to put that off for a little bit. I'm having fun with the new Thaumcraft, to be honest, so might as well get some stuff with that. And part of doing all the new Thaumcraft stuff, because of all the crystals and how useful those are, we're actually going to make a little bit of a storage system. And so I've been kind of considering where we want to store everything, how we want basically our base set up, and I've decided that Thaumcraft is going to be in the basement. So I've been working on the basement just a little bit, not too much. Also, did our boots just run out of power? No? Okay. I just evidently stopped sprinting. But yeah, so we're gonna put most of the Thaumcraft stuff in the basement eventually. To kind of help with that, we're gonna make a thing today. Just to kind of show off real quick, I've been making crystals and stuff like that. Those are V crystals, which I guess they can go in there. And just kind of cleaning up the inventory. All this stuff will move eventually. But yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of work, digging down and starting to put a floor in. We got to clear out this room to make a basement, and it's a lot of stone as well as dirt. So I do want to make a hammer, and I think that's going to be the first thing we're going to do, is just make a pretty simple hammer. Where did I... There, I put it. Okay. And I've been storing some stuff in here. I've got the recipe set up for the 4K, but it doesn't know how to make anything else, and I need to give it a lot of stuff. I've also been moving some stuff back from the old base still. It's still a process, but we're going to smelt up some cobalt, and we're going to have to make, so that tells me I don't have any sort of hammer because I don't have a hammer thing. We're going to want some gold. I don't have any gold unless they have some gold in here. I do. Alright, 2 gold. And then we're going to also need a hammer. Do I not have Tinker stuff set up? I don't think I do. So we're going to need a blank pattern, potentially pattern chest, part builder. Let's hope that we have what we need. Is there a hammerhead? Of course not. So we do need to grab our stencil table. We'll make a hammerhead. And then we're going to make just a stone one, so that we can cast that and all that fun stuff. We're also going to have the tough tool rod if we need it. Yeah, so we're going to make, first of all, we're going to make a cast for the hammer, and then we need to decide what kind of things we want with it. And I don't know. Let's see if I can't find our book on the matter. You know, this is intended to have the books later, but until we get to that point, I'm going to have to figure out where I might have put them. And that's always an issue. Materials in you. I don't know. I don't even know if we have materials in you book. Let's check some of this stuff out here. Don't see anything there. I do believe we can make it with just a book and a stencil. That last chest I know is just wood. It might still be at the old base. Also, lag spikes. Apologies. Can't do much about that right now. So do we have any more stencils? Of course not. And I think it's just a normal recipe, right? Yes. Alright, can I make materials in you? Oh man. Materials and you. Bestiary. Okay, evidently that book doesn't work because it's not an actual book. Why is this? Wow, it's struggling today. That's strange. I was playing this for a while beforehand and it was not having any issues. So, I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, materials in you. This should have what I want. So tool materials. We want something that's going to have a good ability. And there's plenty of things to use. Now, what is osmium like? Well established, dense. Not too bad. Modifiers. There's a lot of modifiers, but I think what we want to do is something easy, but not terrible. So what can we get from, like, void crystals? Not really something we care about. I know that obviously wood would be good, treated wood especially. But I don't know. I have to kind of decide. I'm always bad about deciding what type of materials to use and kind of figuring out what all to make things out of. So maybe I think I want iron has magnetic. That's not bad. What else could we use? Cobalt for the actual head, because that's going to be the best. This is mostly going to be for this is mostly going to be for getting, just dealing with stone, so I don't really care too much about stuff. Maybe a little bit of wood, treated wood. Maybe for the handle would be good. And I think I can use whatever. So tough tool rod. I guess we're gonna have to chisel that. I think my chisel is in here. This is taking longer than I expected, to be honest, but that's okay. So let's chisel that. Let's get a tough tool rod, and then we're going to chisel this back to the uneven vertical, because I believe that's what we're using, right? Yes. Cool. So let's get that back. And then what else do we want to use? We could throw in some iron. That would be fine. So you get 8 iron, get a whatchamacallit, plate, and then go from there. So let's get the hammerhead cast. And then the other plate, what do we want to use? We don't want to use anything too expensive, and we can always change this stuff later on down the line. And this is going to be... Ooh. That is... Okay. Let's try base essence. Let's do the base ingot. Base essence ingot. So it's iron and prosperity shards. Do we have that many prosperity shards? I actually don't know if we do. I don't even know if we have prosperity shards, to be honest. But that is an interesting thing. Maybe we won't use that. That could be cool, though. Getting prosperity shards for just breaking things. And I think all of the other things require the prosperity to begin with. So, I think what we'll want to do is maybe, I don't know, maybe just a normal plate of some sort. So large plate, get an iron one, and what's copper do? I think copper is good enough. It is well established. We get free XP. Or we could use, you know, there was the dense stuff. Where was that? I kind of want to use just something normal-ish. Ardite would be cool, but I mean, we could just use obsidian, which would not be too bad either. Or, yeah, you know, let's go, if we have some obsidian, 8 obsidian is what we'd need. I don't know if we have any in here. Or where is it? It's going to be with most of our blocks. So if we have 8 obsidian just lying around, which we do, let's go ahead and use that. So large plate, obsidian. We'll put this stuff back because I don't care about it right now. And we'll get all this kind of stuff set up somewhere permanent later. but this will be good enough for now. So, after spending a little bit too much time, all things considered, on this, we have a hammer, which is cool. That's what I wanted to do, and that's going to help me just kind of clear out the basement more than anything else. So, yeah, not too bad. And it will work the way I want it to work. That's all that really matters. It will clear out stone. And we could use other things, but for now, it doesn't matter too much. Alright, so let's go ahead and sleep. And then we're going to get into Thaumcraft and do more stuff with that. So if we take a look at our... Let's just rearrange things. If we take a look at our quest book, kind of the next thing we need to do is making the Essentia Smeltery. That's a big part of it. Then we're also going to need to get into the other researches. So that's what we're doing here. So let's kind of finish this up. So Auromancy, which is the power of V. This V. And then we need to craft 2 things. Okay. So, wand craft. That is what we need to do. So, that is kind of the next thing. And I kind of wonder, let's see if it's in here. I actually don't see anything like that. Okay, well, that's fine. We're still going to go through with it as long as it's not super expensive. So, the V resonator is an iron plate and nether quartz with some other stuff. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's go ahead, get a piece of iron. I think that's the plate. Yep. And a piece of nether quartz we can get in a moment. The other thing we're going to need is the caster's gauntlet, which requires that thermometer, some leather, and some more iron. Ugh. Okay, so do we have any quartz in here? We do. So we can at least make this guy the V resonator, and this will probably be happy. Cool. So then all we need is another thermometer, which these guys were not too bad. 4 gold and a glass pane. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't have any glass panes in there, but I believe I have some right here. Let's go ahead and put those into the system. I've been trying to avoid putting too much stuff in the system because it is going to fill up fairly quickly. And then we're going to need some leather. So there's that. We've scanned it ourselves before. So we just need some leather. And that might actually be a problem. How can we get leather? Let's see. We can laser rotten flesh. I think that's the easiest way we can kind of handle that right now. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And lasered. Cool. So now the question is, do we have enough stuff in here? We do. Caster's Gauntlet. Well, we can go ahead and scan that, which will give us some cool things, but more importantly, we can complete that. And managed to put together a basic casting gauntlet. I'm quite pleased. So deplete the aura. Okay. It's a little more than like a magical wrench. Alright, well, that's fine. Now we have access to Auromancy. And it looks like this spell casting thing is completely different than it used to be. And then we'll have to work on that at some point later. But that's not too important right now. Now, Auromancy Study an animated construct. Oh. Okay, I know how to do that. So we're going to go on a really brief field trip. Let's get our slime sling and our slime boots. I'm also going to put this away. And let's head out. I believe it's this way, right? And time to go to a village. Now the question is, does this village have any golems? Oh boy. What is with all these lag spikes today? I do apologize for that. I know that it's a little bit annoying. But there's not much I can do about it, to be honest. Not currently anyways. I just don't have enough RAM for my computer. Alright, so I don't know that there's any golems here, actually. And that's what we need to do. We need to find an iron golem. Because that is an animated construct. I almost wonder if snowmen would also be valid. And then I don't know. I don't think that would work. So there are other villages. So I'll tell you guys what. Let me go find. There's a couple more villages down further south. At least there's one there. There's another one that I've discovered somewhere. I don't remember where it was at. But let me see. There it is. There's one right here-ish. But let me see if I can't find a village that has an iron golem, and we'll come back once I do. Alright, so no luck. None of the villages seem to have iron golems, which is what I'm assuming the Thaumanomicon wants. So we went to this one, the one that's closest to us, and then I went down to this bottom one. Didn't see anything there. Explored over here. There was a building that I saw, and I didn't know if it was part of a village or not. It's just a random village, random building rather. So I went all the way up to this village up here in the north. Didn't see anything there, and decided, you know what, we'll worry about it later. So yeah, there is. It looks like there might be another village up here, up in this section, but I don't know. Anyways, we just need to get some iron. I need to get some iron cooked, and we'll use a little bit of it to make a golem, but that's not super important right now. We are going to need to get into the golems, and I have no idea what is causing all the lag today. My computer just doesn't want to cooperate, it seems. But yeah, we'll need to get into the golems at some point with the golem press. That will be a thing later. But for now, let's just kind of go through everything else in the Thaumanomicon and do the research. So, the Auromancy, this stuff, it wants us to make stuff. We'll worry about that later. I'm not worried about that right now. Alchemy, I've been working on this one. So, for the Essentia Smelting, we're going to need a bunch of different crystals. So I'm going to grab some of those. But the metal purification, we need to do a theory research, so complete that one. And now we can make a bunch of native clusters. So we can use a little bit of V to turn ores into native clusters, and then that we can, it'll produce twice the normal. So it's kind of neat, but not something super important right now. And then the other thing we're going to need to do is make magic tallow. That is something we can work on as well. So the magic tallow is, it requires 1 fire and rotten flesh. That's super easy. So the only question is, where do we get the fire? And what's going to be the best way to get fire? So obviously there's a lot of things that are going to have fire in them. And we want something that is relatively cheap and easy and doesn't have too much else. We could just use an Ignis V crystal. And that actually might be the best option for us. So let's do that. And speaking of the crystals, okay. So that's something I want to do. Eventually, we're going to have our downstairs area, and we're going to have drawers. We're just going to use basic 2x2 drawers, probably in just oak, whatever, and we're going to get like 10 of those, and that's where we're going to store all of these crystals. Now these will allow us to have 8 stacks per drawer, so I think that'll be more than enough crystals. We'll see. If we need more, we'll deal with that later. But you kind of get the idea of, if we can do it that way, it'll be nice and organized. We can automate things, we can pipe things as needed, do a lot of fun stuff. This is also apparently a really, using this is apparently a really bad way to get crystals. There's supposedly a better way, but we'll kind of see that later. So we throw that in, and we get magic tallow. So we're going to go ahead and scan that, because why not? And we can complete that. So we crafted that up. So some substances are simple enough that just adding more of the same essentia it contains is more than enough to basically recreate it. So what this is talking about is we can duplicate certain items. We can make leather from this. We can duplicate slime balls, ink sacs, and even glowstone with this. So that's going to be kind of complicated, but you know what? We can probably do that. So gunpowder required alchemy, fire, and perdicio. Now I do believe, so we can get rid of that for now. So gunpowder, and it's going to take a second because it wants to load up everything. I just want alchemy recipes, which it doesn't seem to want to show. How about through this? Maybe, probably not. No, of course not. So we're gonna have to kind of do this the old-fashioned way. But I believe, let's see what alchemy is. So it'd be like potion type stuff, I would think. But what can we use for that? Slime balls are one method of getting that, as well as more complicated slime balls. Netherworts are also a good source of alchemy. Okay, so there's a handful of things. Quicksilver is a pretty good source of it as well. Slash cinnabar, same kind of thing. So I guess what we could do is gather up some stuff. But you know what? I think, you know, that's not going to get us to what we need to get to. So we'll kind of hold off on that. I will set things up for that later. We need to get the Essentia smelting. So we're going to need, it looks like, a bunch of crystals. Let's kind of just go through the list. I think will be the easiest way. So Vacuous, Lux, Modus, and Gellum. We have a handful of those. Modus, Gellum. I believe we have Lux and Vacuous. And these items will be consumed. Vitreous, Metallum, Victus, Mortis. I don't think it's going to want these. So let's see what else. So we're going to need Metallum and Vitreous, Potentia and Permutatio. Believe we have one of those, Potentia. So we're going to need Permutatio, which is change. So to get that, looks like we could use Signalum. What's something that's nice and cheap though? I'm not seeing too many things like that. Let's see. Copper might be. Yeah, no, copper will work. And copper might also get us metallum, which I'm kind of surprised I don't have. Okay. This lag is getting really annoying for me too, so I need to do something about that sooner rather than later. But let's grab some copper. And this is going to give us a lot of metallum. But that's okay. So we'll just do this. It's going to give us 10 metallum. Maybe. Okay. Not enough of anything else. So I think the only one we need left is vitreous. And vitreous, I believe, is glass. It's like crystal. So I believe glass will work. Yes, glass very much works. So we'll get a little bit of that. Once this starts boiling. And then that should be the research completed. Cool. So, a lot of work there. Now we're going to need another theory in alchemy. That's kind of annoying, but we can work on that. And gain 40 alchemy with an air and perdicio crystal. Okay, I think I can handle that. And this is kind of what I was working on, so air and perdicio. It will use those up, and we'll get a bunch of alchemy. We'll ponder. We get another reject fundamentals. Take some times and fusion. Let's reject the fundamentals. Reactions. Urban and Premutatatio. We get 25. We can be inspired. That will give us more stuff. And we might get to 100. Cool. So, no, we want alchemy. So we need an emerald and our current progress will remain the same, so we'll just keep that. Calibrate, I guess. Just take whatever we can get. And measure. Complete the theory. Cool. So we got a theory in alchemy. And that should be enough for the top part. Awesome. And then we just need to make the Essentia Smelter, which is going to take 2 brass plates. Now remember, this is alchemic brass. And then we're going to need some other stuff. So this is also a quest, by the way. So we're going to get this done, and then I'm going to call the episode. I'm going to work off camera, try to make things a little bit nicer downstairs. But we need the Essentia Smeltery. So 2 brass plates, a crucible. So we're going to need some Salus Mundus, which is not too big of a deal. I just have to remember how to make that. I can never remember. So it's 3 different V crystals. Combine them in redstone with flint in a bowl. Okay. So we're going to take 1. And then these 2, flint and a redstone. And I have a bowl right here. Go grab a flint and redstone. Probably both in here. We have the redstone in here. Do we have any flint? No. We're also going to need a crucible, so that's going to be iron. Let's get some more iron cooking up, because I don't have any more currently anyways. So this isn't that big of a deal. We'll get this done. We just need flint now. And yeah, it's like I know I have some flint somewhere. We're gonna also use this for a second, but let's go ahead and craft this up. There is our Salus Mundus. Let's keep the flint over there with the Thaumcraft stuff, just because we might actually use it more often. We're gonna need some more alchemical brass. So 5 instrumentum. I don't remember what we used last time. I know flint is good for that as well. Yeah, we could use just a piece of flint. Yeah, let's actually do that. So I had a little bit more flint here. We're going to need another piece of iron. And this is only going to be good for 1 craft. That's fine. Iron. And then we could get some Terra crystals, but it'll be easier just to clear that out. Now let's take this iron, smelt it up. And once we get just a little bit more, we should be good to go. Now, real quick, while we're kind of waiting on that, we can also go to Artifice, I think it was, and get the Redstone Relay. It's going to consume a Redstone Torch, which is why I grabbed that one. But that should complete this research. And I don't know if these are any good or not. Repeaters, unlike repeaters, relays have 2 toggles. They're redstone things. I don't know that we'll ever use them, but it does get us to other things. So that's kind of why I did that. So back to alchemy. What else is this thing going to need? Some cobblestone and a furnace. Alright, we know furnaces are awful to make. That's why I steal all of them I can. And we just need to make a cauldron. Cauldron is plates, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know why this wasn't having so much problems. Recording obviously will cause more issues with lag, but alright, let's actually, how much aluminum do we have? Oh man, this is I do apologize for this. I might actually put this series on a little bit of a hiatus until I can get some more RAM, which hopefully won't be too long. Can we make the plates with the metal press? We can. Cool. So now we just got to wait for this to be done. And then we're going to need the cobblestone. And it goes in here, I do believe. And then once we make this, we'll call it the episode, but this will allow us later to do some other things. I believe what we're getting to is extracting Essentia from objects that have a lot. So basically smelting up items to turn it into Essentia. So let's get this crafted into a cauldron. Place the cauldron down, hit it with the Salus Mundus, get the particle effects, and there's the crucible, and there is the smeltery, the Essentia Smeltery. So there is one more thing that it wants us to make. We're also going to scan this guy. It also wants us to make the Arcane Alembic. And let's see if we can do that. Okay, so next step in the process to make is to distill it using an Arcane Alembic. So let's see, how bad is this? It takes 2 brass plates, Essentia filters, great wood planks, and a bucket. Okay, that is not horrible. So let's see if we can quickly make that. We're going to need to get a bucket, which is not too big of a deal. 2 more brass, so I might need more flint. We do have a bucket. Do I have more flint? Oh wow, this is getting really bad. Compressed gravel. Can I get flint from that? So let's get the alembic there. Yeah, most of this isn't too bad, but can we get more flint easily? We can make it from gravel. And then obviously gravel will occasionally drop it. So I just need to get a little bit more. If I don't get any from this, well, I did. Okay. So we're going to need 1 more, actually. And I think it's going to be easier for right now just to do that. Alright, so we need 2 iron. We need some gold. Oh my gosh, this is getting really bad. Alright, you know what? I really want to just finish this. Do I even have... I don't know that I have silverwood planks. No, I do. And then greatwood, I know I have because I've been building with this. Alright, let's get water in here. Yeah, I think this series is going to take a little bit of a hiatus. Not too much of one. I need 2 iron. But just enough to kind of let me go to the store and get some more RAM and upgrade my computer. Alright, cool. There we go. There's that. We'll get that going. Gold. I believe it's silverwood planks that we need. And the alembic. Wait, no, it's the other way around, isn't it? So there's 2 Essentia filters. So I believe it was like this with the 2 brass plates. Arcane alembic. Alright, there we go. So that will be a quest. And there we go. Let's go ahead and claim that. And we'll get into more stuff next time. I don't know what we're going to do because I don't know how long it's going to be before we... Ooh, flamethrower. Cool. I don't know how long it's going to be before we can get back to this. But we got a lot of work to do with Thaumcraft still. I need to dig out the basement so that we can actually do something down there. Set up all the Thaumcraft stuff, get all the drawers and all that kind of fun stuff taken care of. A lot of work to do, but we'll get it and we'll go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I truly am sorry for the major lag spikes we've been having, especially here at the end. I will get that fixed, I promise. But I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!